Good morning, everyone. So glad to see you today. Here we are for another story, and I hope you're enjoying these, and I hope you're enjoying this nice warm weather and getting out and just being a part of it. This one is about Moses receives the 10 Commandments. God's people weren't sure how to obey God, so God gave them some rules to follow. Sometimes people make up rules because they're bossy and just like to be in charge. That wasn't why God gave his people the rules, 10 Commandments. God gave his people rules because he didn't want them to get hurt. When we follow God's plans for our lives, it's always for the best. When we disobey, that's when we can get in trouble. That's when we can hurt our friendship with God and other people. Here are the rules God gave his people. Put God first. Don't make pretend gods. Don't use God's name badly. Keep the seventh day special for God. Honor your parents. Don't kill people. Be true to your husband or wife. Don't steal. Don't lie. And don't wish you could have other people's stuff. Following those rules would help God's people have a heart open to God and help them not do things that were hurtful to themselves. That's from Exodus 21 through 17. So meanwhile in your world, what's a rule you can't wait to outgrow? Like having to go to bed at a certain time, or not being old enough to drive, or having to always order off the kids' menu at restaurants. Write that rule down that you love to hate here. Share it below if you would like. Why do you think someone made the rule that you wrote down? How might following it be helping you for now? So put a bandage on the inside of your wrist, where you'll see it for the next day or two. When you do, pause and thank God for loving you and wanting to keep you safe. You'll need here's another thing you can do. You'll need tinfoil, a sink, a stack of pennies, and some curious friends or family members for a game of sink or swim. You play by filling the sink half full of water and making sure the drain is closed. Then make a raft by doubling up a large square of tinfoil a few times and curling up the edges. Ask how many pennies each person thinks the boat can hold before it sinks. See whose guess is closest. Just remember, friends and family keep one another safe. I'm going to read you a little thing from the Bible about the 10 Commandments. It's called Live It. God's 10 Commandments show us how to love God and other people. Here's a list of the commandments with an explanation of what each one means and how you can obey these commandments each day. Also, you can read Exodus 20, 1 through 17. So, how to show love to God? Have no gods before me. The meaning is just trust God only. How you can obey it? Pray about your needs. Have no idols, so you should only worship God. Thank and praise him. Don't misuse God's name. Use God's name respectfully. Don't use God's name to swear. Keep the Sabbath holy. Rest and think about God. Pay attention in church. How to show love to people. Honor father and mother. Just respect your parents. Obey your mom and dad. Do not murder. Protect human life. Help others not to get hurt. Do not commit adultery. That means be true to your husband or wife and keep promises you make to others. Don't steal. Don't take what belongs to others, and don't take things that aren't yours. Do not give false testimony. Don't lie about others. Be truthful and don't gossip. Do not covet. That means don't want what others have. Be satisfied with what you have. So maybe read that chapter and look that over and think about the ways that you can do better with those 10 Commandments. We all can do better with them. We all do some of those things on that list. But we need to constantly remember who our Father is, who our God is, and that he will always be there waiting for us to tell him that we've messed up. So you guys have a good week. You have fun in the sun, and I'll see you next week. So long.